All right, we're live. Welcome to Thursday, June 27th, Receptive Radio. And I'm Jennifer Seifert, shamanic healer, business mentor, and soul guide, your life purpose guide. So today we're going to talk about standing out authentically instead of trying to squeeze yourself into the crowd and fit in. And so this show, Receptive Radio, is for visionary entrepreneurs, content creators, intrapreneurs who are super effective at their work and want to be doing more of what they love. This show is for you. So thank you to everyone who comes and watches on a regular basis. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you to all the live people watching today. So this fitting in thing has been one of my main stumbling blocks for a long time. It's been, ever since I was little, I've been having this fitting in issue because I didn't fit in. And I know that many of you leaders, visionaries, conscious people who are working on evolving themselves, you may have had this problem as well. Being told, no, don't talk about that. No one understands. Or, oh, don't be so bright. Like, nah, dim yourself, like you had to kind of like squeeze yourself into fitting in. And this is destroying it's hard to work through this thing. This is something that I have been doing, personal development work on, spiritual development, business, professional development work on for 40 years, feels like. And but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, because once you have your eye on that thing, that that, yeah, that's my issue, is that, okay, I never fit in. So I tried to squeeze myself into fitting in. That didn't work. You're going to push through and you're going to authentically shine yourself out. So I want to talk about that today. So who else in this group has been squeezing themselves into fitting in, even now as you're wanting to step out and do your life purpose work, or you've been thinking about doing your life purpose work? How is this? How do I do it? How do I stand out and be seen? Issue, is that coming up for you? Because it has been coming up for me, and it's showing up a lot. And I want to make this important. If you've been trying to get your message out about what you do, and because you're multi-talented and you have so many abilities and skills and modalities and ways to help people, it does get confusing talking about it. And lots of us have been practicing, how do we get the message clear and concise? But sometimes I've noticed that, we can like make it so clear and concise, it's not even really us anymore, So then we're hiding our true self again. And we're trying to fit in so that other people understand us. And that is so annoying and frustrating and irritating to be, because I find when I do that, when I'm like, oh, I have to like craft this so that other people can feel comfortable being around me, or they'll understand me, I start closing, I start contracting. So this is so important to be aware of yourself when you're trying to get your message out about what you do. If you start contracting and start hiding and start wanting to fit in with the crowd, is that really what you want to do? So ask yourself that. Do I want to fit in? Or do I want to stand out? So I want to share a little bit about a story, and it relates to networking. And so I'm in this networking group, and every week I get 45 seconds to share about what I do and who is an ideal client to refer to me. So basically, I get a free speaking gig, 45 seconds every week. Well, it's not free. I paid to be in this group. But anyway, so I hold a specific lane in the group, business mentor or business coach. And yeah, that's part of what I do, but it's not the whole gamut of what I do. But that's the lane I'm taking. And you know what? There's nobody else in any other lanes that I actually own as well. So what am I holding back for? But I was having a ton of anxious, nervous, frustrated anxiety every time I would go to this morning networking event because I have to fit into this business mentor lane and I have to make sure that they understand what I'm talking about so they can refer to me to clients. It was causing me to contract and I didn't like it. It felt like shit, to tell you the truth. It felt bad. It felt bad. And it wasn't anyone else doing this to me. It was me thinking, oh, I have to fit in now so that everyone likes me and so that they'll refer clients to me and they'll understand what I do. And it's pretty simple what I do. I help people get out of their own way so that they can do their life purpose work. You know, that's one way of putting it. And I have so many different ways to help you get there. But you know, when you are faced with like, oh, I have to fit into this box so that I stay in this box, that causes this aversion for me that I have to fit in. Has anyone else got an aversion anymore to like actually having to fit in? Because you know that it causes you to do somersaults in your stomach and feel like you're standing on your head all the time. And so last week, I had my summer solstice group healing ceremony event. And it was on that Thursday morning that I was doing this networking group. And I had a choice. I was trying to still fit into this business mentor lane and like, oh, I shouldn't tell them about my event because they're not going to understand and all that kind of stuff. And I was going to miss out on 45 people knowing that I have an event going on that was free to get into and that they could tell other people that they might know. And so I was going to miss an opportunity because I was now hung up on this. I got to fit in again program that started running, causing me stress, causing me anxiety. And so I just decided, you know what? I'm going for it. I'm telling them about the event. I'm putting the link in the chat and I'm just going to say that I do this. And yeah, if you're struggling in your business, coming to this group healing community event about prosperity, about using the summer solstice energy and power to help your business make more money for you to be more effective at your business, I'm going to tell them that. And that's what I did. I posted the link and it felt so much better. It felt so much better to just say that I have these services. And yeah, I'm in the business mentor lane and everything I do will help your business. You know, I just sort of let go of, I got to fit into what you think I am or what lane I signed up and paid for, and just stood out. Yeah, I was the only one who had a solstice healing event to talk about that day. Then it stood out. And now if they want to judge me, and this is the important part of the story, right? So what this fitting in program does, it triggers a reaction in me, and it might in you as well, where the fitting in starts coming in, then I don't think I'm good enough. So then I don't share what I want to share because I'm expecting them to judge me negatively. And so I'm prejudging the audience already that they're going to judge me. So then I'm opening up a whole nother can of worms, a whole nother old program system that I have worked on a lot too of I'm not good enough. And that program is it's another deep one that many of you might have. You could say yes or no in the comments. But this imposter syndrome thing, I'm not good enough to say that I do this, so I'm not even going to bother. So then I'll just fit in with the crowd and hide back here so no one sees me. No one knows what I offer. No one knows that I'm doing this, and then I don't make any money. And so if every business person and entrepreneur did that, no one would know what you did because you're just fitting in with the crowd. You're not standing out and getting noticed. So that these programs of I don't fit in and I'm not good enough, they're connected and they dim our ability to show up as our authentic true self. And when we don't show up as our authentic true self, it gets noticed by other people because there's an incoherence about who you are. There is a distortion and a confusion that goes out because you're confused inside. You're confused about who you are because you don't fit in and you're not good enough. And then that energy signal gets broadcast through your system and you're out of presence and all that other stuff, right? So the fastest way that I know how to get you back in, that we can get back into and turn off those programs, is through compassion. And noticing. First, you have to notice. This is the practice now. We're in the practice part of the episode. First, you have to notice that an old program is running. So as soon as you start having negative thoughts, negative self-talk, and worry and confusion, be on the lookout for the old program is running. And so in this case, we're talking about the old programs of not fitting in and not being good enough, right? Because it's the opposite of what we want. We want to stand out. We want to be authentic because we're not the same. And we want to be able to confidently and courageously share that. And we have to stop worrying about getting judged because there's another thing here, mindsets around judgments. There's this other old program. See how these old programs, they kind of they hook onto each other and it's kind of like a virus inside a computer that just starts spiraling and spiraling and spiraling again. The other old program that hooks up onto oaths to not fitting in and not being good enough is, well, I lost it there. What was it? It was whatever. I had it. It'll come back to me. Anyway, the fastest way I know how to get into compassion is first you have to notice it, right? You have to notice that you have an old program running. Okay. So one of the ways that I've been taught to do that, to get into compassion about it, is to record yourself on a video on your phone, telling yourself like you're talking to another person that you don't fit in, you're not good enough. Like, who the hell do you think you are? Just go off. Say everything that is coming up around this emotional event that's going on with this old programs. And dialogue with it in the phone. Go for however long that you need to go to get it out, right? Maybe it's 1 minute, maybe it's 10 minutes. So then stop recording when you're done. Maybe go away, have a tea or a coffee, come back and watch this recording and listen to it. And you'll see that you would never, ever talk to somebody like that. You would never tell somebody that kind of thing. And that will start to melt and open up your heart to some compassion for yourself. And you'll start to see that those were all lies. That is not who you really are. Those are lies, and that you can have compassion for yourself and start to melt the hold of those programs not fitting in and not being good enough. And so if after that you're still having trouble with this nagging feeling or worry around not fitting in and not being good enough, call someone, ask for help. There's no reason for you to stay stuck in this. And the best person you can call is your mentor or your coach, because they're going to be very understanding, and there'll be less story around it too, because we can make up these stories and then it's a big topic, actually. Authentically shining your true self. It's what evolution is really about. We're all just evolving more and more and more so that we can really take all the layers off and be ourselves, show up and do our purpose work, and be very powerful at it, and make money at it. Be prosperous, We want to make money doing what we love so we can do what we love. When we have the money and the resources to do what we love, we can do what we love more, and we can help more people. We can be of more service. But we have to work through all of these old programs at the same time too, being an entrepreneur or stepping into being an entrepreneur, or you're in a professional career and you've been hiding out in it and not showing up and being the leader of the department or the organization that you should be. So I want to ask you, so like how often are you dimming your brightness, contracting how you talk about your work, contorting yourselves into worry and stress around your messaging about what you do and how you serve and why you're here? How often is that stressing you out? And so if you want to put a message in the comments, you can let us know. How often is it stressing you out? Is it daily, weekly, monthly? Only comes up every once in a while? Like, what is it? How often is it stressing it out? And what if you had somebody that helped you move through these things quickly? So I know that if we keep moving through all of these old programs, old layers and patterns of that come up, because as we step into new thresholds, as we grow, there's always something more to work on, it seems. And we have to keep moving through them, because if we let that resistance stuck us, it just slows us down. Like it just prevents us from doing our purpose work powerfully. We need help. We need to be helping and being of service and get the support we need through getting accountability and getting the support and clearing the resistance quickly and moving through it quickly. Because we don't want to stay stuck for 2 weeks or 1 month or 1 year. We want to move through these things. So right now I have room to take about 5 30-minute figure out what's in the way breakthrough calls. And during these calls, I'll bring your thing that came up during this episode. Like, bring your thing, and then I will help you unpack it and get you turned around quickly and offer you the fastest tool I know how to get through that. And I'll put the link in the chat or on the platform that you're watching it on so that you can book that call with me move through anything that's coming up right now for you around fitting in, old program around not being good enough, and then so that you can stand out and shine authentically, because it's so much easier when you can just be yourself. I know I really love doing that, and it feels so much better. So thank you so much for watching Receptive Radio today, your tuning station podcast designed specifically for visionary creators, entrepreneurs who really want to do what they love every day, make money at it, help and serve a lot of people so that we can all, live in a better world together with more happiness and fulfillment. So thank you for watching on whatever platform you're watching on. I would really help me if you subscribe or pass this on to people who you know would benefit from this podcast, and put some comments in the fields there. That would be so helpful. And I'll get back to all those comments and connect with you that way. And book that call if you want to work through anything right away. And I'm live every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time with a new episode, a new topic. And you're watching Receptive Radio. So thank you again. Have a great day.